Hello everyone, this is Verde and today we're playing Busa Survivors. Let's do that leaderboard thing again, shall we? Unarmed and lining. Let's see how the leaderboard goes. Okay, I am not in it. And I think it is pretty easy to do at 1x difficulty. So let's do it like that, because I'm not very much into going unarmed at higher difficulties, right? That does not sound like a lot of fun. We need lightning radius, basically, number 1 priority, number 0 priority, actually. We need little count for our spacebar, that would be great. Charges for our spacebar would be great too. Basically, we are here just waiting for our spacebar to hit our enemies. You know, nothing special. Didn't hit there. May take a while, may not. You know, it's just a lottery right now. But it will get less RNG in the future. As the radius goes up and the count goes up and the charges. Actually, the charges don't make it less in RNG. So what do we want in terms of legendary? Well, of course we want Elementalist as soon as possible, really. Perhaps that thing that makes our attack deal lightning damage. I don't know. I don't think that will be really necessary. You know. There we go, we got some hits. Thankfully, this spell is very strong. Therefore, I don't think we will be waiting all that much as the game progresses, you know? So, a lightning dash would be cool as well. Perhaps that one that makes our special have a chance of triggering lightning on hit. Funnily enough, it works with this thing, you know? And it is. We are already investing in lightning radius regardless, right? Therefore, I think it would be a good idea to, yeah, do that. Yeah, perhaps. Anyway, this takes a long time. Mostly because we are just waiting for our enemies to randomly be struck by lightning. You know. It is possible in this game to beat the game with this weapon only. However, it is not a good idea to do so, you know? Usually, when we are doing that, we often need to be very, very patient. Wait for the first boss to be dead. Perhaps use a little bit of knockback to our advantage. And then grab a legendary that can carry us, such as Gaia's Thorn or Lightning Dash or anything like that. Or even... does this kill enemies? One enemy died there. So perhaps we can kill enemies this way. Let's try. Actually, they have very low health. I'm actually killing enemies with this weapon. Weird. So, we want... None of this, really? None of this, really? We want to reduce this guy. It is purple. But at the same time, this is better. But I'll get the purple. And I will regret it. Mostly because it will still take forever, you know, for my enemies to get hit, but at least I'm sure they will be dead for a very, very long time. You know? If they are hit, I mean. They have about... It's between... It is less than 110 HP by this point. That thing I'm certain. Therefore, Yeah, they are killable. But I would prefer if they got struck by lightning. Especially because, even though they are killable, there is another wave. Like, this wave does not end when I kill these guys. And this is part of the reason why I usually don't go for unarmed builds, you know? Because, well, with some spells, unarmed basically means that we were waiting for a very long time. Because usually weapons have way more DPS than spells do, you know? Even the weakest. Oh, there we go. We got a hit. Even the weakest weapons, they usually have more DPS than the strongest spells even in the early game. Whoa, there we go, another hit. Just one or two more hits, and perhaps we'll be able to clear the wave. Right. Please, video game, yeah, it didn't happen. It's fine, we're patient, right? Now imagine this, but at higher difficulties, enemies needing to get hit multiple times. That would be interesting. You know? That would be interesting to say the least. Oh, I should have gone down over there. Boy, how would I know, right? Needless to say, I need more boosts. Oh, once again I forgot to turn off that Steam stuff. How do I do that again? Steam, can you stop showing me things? Thank you. I don't really need to dox my Steam friends, you know, on whatever they are playing. I don't know if this deals more damage due to the knockback. Does my attack has any knockback? Yes, it does. It kind of does, right? It does have half a knockback, and I could increase it. So I don't know, 7. Yeah, that sounds good. This is taking forever. But at least I don't believe I'm dying anytime soon. Another enemy got struck by lightning there. You know, because the slowest I play the game, the slowest I die. Yeah, there is that. I am starting to get to believe that some of my enemies really will die for normal attacks. You know, at least if I manage to get a single level up in this level, which I probably should when these guys start dying, my attacks will basically double in damage. You know? Yeah. One day, I swear I will do a build about regular unarmed attack damage, perhaps with multi-hit. You know, and crits. I don't know. Honestly, it would be low-key possible if we got Shovel. But if we got Shovel, well, we are not getting unarmed, right? There we go. We killed an enemy through punches. And that punch given us a level up, which doubled our damage. Now take that, small little things. And now, of course, I hit some enemies with my lightning. But that's fair, they are dying. Yeah, great. So we can either get lightning radius, which is very good, or lightning count, which is very good as well. But think lightning radius is a little bit better there. Now we have ranged enemies. Ranged enemy. You know, a singular ranged enemy. Because the other one got stuck by lightning. I love that. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Game, you gotta do more of that, whatever that was. Given that now I have a bigger radius, that kind of thing will become more and more probable, you know. If I had a good weapon, this wave would already be dead, but yeah. Let's patiently rise, right? There we go. That was a good hit. Let me get that thing. Which is something. So let me punch that guy. A few times, it seems. How is the cooldown of this thing? 12 seconds. We can lower it to 8 seconds, I suppose. Later. Oh, that was close. Let's go. So, our priorities are count and radius. You know? To ensure enemies will get hit. Both of them increase the probability of me hitting my enemies when I press space. You know? There we go. So, let's remove knockback from the list. I like that I'm getting purple things. Got one enemy out of that, but honestly, better than no enemies, which is what I'm probably getting most of the time. You know? Like this time. I hope you guys are patient, you know? There we go, 0 enemies once again. Let's see. 0 enemies once again. But at the same time, the enemies are pretty grouped up, so perhaps they can die with a single lightning. That would be great. Probably a couple. There we go, we killed at least one enemy there. Oh, lightning no longer has any knockback, by the way. More enemies killed, great. With lightning. The number is slowly diminishing. Slowly. Very slowly. No enemies hit. And 12 seconds to wait. Great. So, how's it going? Yesterday I couldn't record because, well, I literally ran out of electricity in my house. So that was great. You know. It was a very windy day, and because of that, a tree fell and took some wires apart. Therefore, no entertainment for me for 12 hours. You know. Usually that kind of thing gets resolved way quicker than it was. But this time around, well, only 8 houses were partially affected. And I won that lottery, you know? Therefore, in my incident, I mean. The thing is, this incident, that tree fell and took off that wire specifically, it only affected like 8 houses, yes, partially. Some of us, the affected ones, still got electricity in some parts of the house. Therefore, yeah, we were given very low priority on that. And well, it was a very windy day. It was not the only incident in the city, you know. So yeah. Usually, it gets resolved pretty quickly, especially when Well, it is something that affects a lot of people. But I live in a house, not a multi-store building, you know. And I was one of the two people who got, I believe, two or three, I don't know. Well, I was one of the three houses that got entirely off the grid with that tree. So that was my luck. 12 hours without electricity in that freak accident. But eventually things got covered. Like the electricity company guys showed up. It was 3 a.m., you know, and my issue was solved. You know, they fixed whatever it needed to get fixed. And there we go, that took a while. So region here is good. I should be responsible and delete stuff, but let's get region there. Please, yeah, at least it had something. So anyway, we got 12 hours of darkness, not actually darkness. When the electricity went out, it was about 3 p.m. And then when the electricity came back, it was about 3 a.m. So, wow, that was a good lightning storm. Not the one who triggered my lightning thing, my lighting, my electricity thing. And that was not a good storm, bad storm. It wasn't even a storm. It wasn't rainy. You know, it was just windy. You know. And honestly, that tree was very stealthy. And honestly, it was very windy day. It was a very windy day. Like, I knew something was going on because we got some alarms and stuff. Some weather alarms and stuff. Because of the wind. And honestly, it is a sensation that some of you guys probably know. Because you live in very windy areas. You live in all of the places, really. You are the internet. But here, where I live, having wind so strong that the dust against your skin hurts is not something that you get to experience all that often, you know? And that was the case yesterday. Like, when the electricity went out, the first thing I did was just, oh, okay, I'll go to the gym, and when I come back, this thing will be working again, right? And turns out I was wrong. But anyway, while going through the gym, I got hit with some dust particles that were being carried by the rain, you know? And I saw several trees bending like crazy. You know? Yeah. I didn't get to see the incident, which caused our light or electricity to go out. But because that happened further down the road. But yeah, there was that. Also, did some electricity stuff got caught on fire? I don't think our incident was related to that, but anyway, that probably explains why the power company thing that takes so long to show up. So now I'm doing 3 damage per punch. Eventually this guy will be dead, right? Right? How many minutes are we're here? 20 minutes to get through the first wave. Yeah, now I think you know why I don't usually go, why I don't take on that challenge of going armless and talentless, don't you? There we go. So we need something different here. Dash attack does not hit. None of these work, so let's reroll. Directed lightning is not that bad, actually. Most of the time I'm against it, Because, well, eventually the thing hits the whole screen, right? But the thing is, with this thing, we can basically direct our lightning a little bit better. You know, yeah, it is the name of the thing, I know. Uh, and I did not get a single lightning radius upgrade. Great. We'll be removing stuff. So now I can do this, which is better than what I had, I think, because the lightning is a little bit more concentrated in the areas which affect me. See? And pudding, great. Pudding, you might give me something that I'm interested in. I would love an elementalist. I would love to be one, I mean. See, now I am able to basically... Another thing that I would love would be lightning dash, by the way. It would be even more lightning. You know? But if I go like this... Touch of Flame does not help. Vampirism does help a little bit. You know? And no little... Okay, let's start removing stuff quite violently. If we don't get what we need. You know? Yeah, we should start removing stuff quite violently. Because we are not getting good things. At least now I got some control over where I can kill enemies. Like so. And now there is the bog, which in... The bog is something that I could use to kill enemies. You know? I hope that now you know why I didn't get higher difficulties, you know? I could do this at 2x difficulty, but honestly, yeah, it's not seeming like the best idea. Anyway, lightning radius, number 0 priority, once again. Lightning counts, not that important anymore. I don't care about lifesteal 3%. I will actually remove everything that's not related to lightning. That's how I'm feeling about the things I've been getting. So I think it is very important to, to hit enemies in that cone. I kind of wish we could change the cone from directing lightning, you know, or change other things, I don't know. I don't know what could we change, but some things would be nice, you know. Also, I believe you know why I did not get Lightning Mastery, you know. Because going negative counts here. Well, first of all, we're offered count exactly once, so even if we were going for that route, it wouldn't be that useful. And also, the period where we had very low amounts of lightning count, yeah, that would be quite miserable, to be fair. There we go, we got a little bit more radius there. Thing is, most of the lightning will fall near us because of the directed lightning. And that is both a blessing and a curse. It is good because it kills enemies that are, well, near us, you know, but it is bad because, well, it does not kill enemies that are far away from us, you know, and we could increase distance, but I think that would be bad, you know, so, yeah, let's actually, excuse me, not a great movement there. I should have gotten that thing earlier, that level up, but that's fine. Very slow day. There we go, more charges, more counts. I think all we got with count. That is 13% more useful all the time, and 30%, I think. While the counts, the charges, it is 100% more, but at the same time, the charges don't cool down as fast, you know? Therefore, I do think The count is a little bit better there. Kinda nice how this whole thing works. I kinda wish we could change the I forgot the name of the angle for directed lightning. That would be great. We can't, right? Yeah. Because there are some differences, like if we could increase the angle or decrease the angle. Like decreasing the angle would be for a more focused directed lightning, which is not bad, you know, especially if you get the knockback right. And a less focused one, it would also be great, like one that goes from your character away, but at the same time it still goes from your character, right? That will be, yeah. Excuse me, video game, I don't want to die here. Thankfully, I got a lot of regen. Am I killing enemies? I don't know. Now I am. I might kill that guy by simply punching him. Because of that double damage, you know. 13 damage is not that bad. Thankfully, I got a lot of regen. You know. And the double damage does not do much, really. But against chargers, that might be the difference between getting to kill them and not. That radius is getting sweet, isn't it? Yeah, that radius is getting into something. Sadly, I cannot unpick the directed lightning thing. You know, because eventually it will be very much detrimental. I would prefer if it would hit random places in the map instead of wherever it is hitting. You know? So I don't care about any of these, nor knockback anymore, really. Let's be a little bit more violent with our removals. The radius is getting juicy. Juicy, I don't know how to pronounce that thing. But the radius is getting great. You know. Perhaps we could do the most deranged thing, which would be to change the directed lightning distance to 0. Therefore, all lightning would fall on us. You know. Would it be deranged? A bit. Would it be fun? Yes. You know, it would be very fun. Therefore, yeah, that's something. Perhaps do that. You know? At the early game, it is a little bit better. Yeah, let's grab the green charges, even though... the second charge is the most important one, because it allows us to basically use our spell a little bit more intelligently without losing out on cooldown, you know? Like, if we need to hold up our spell for 1 to 2 seconds so we get the best angle possible, we can do that without losing DPS, right? It is very important. The second charge. The third one and onwards is just a little bit more burst at the end of at the start of the wave, you know. So let's punch that guy a little bit more. There we go, lightning radius. We'll be picking lightning radius every time it shows up for a very long amount of time. And yeah, for reasons that you probably have already figured out. You know, more lightning radius equals more damage. And more consistent damage too. You know, I will actually use it at the enemies instead of... Okay, I didn't mean to kill that boss that time with that thing, but the directed lightning, yeah, it has a mind of its own, I think. So what do we pick here? This thing is not that good. Let's get Devil Deal. Lightning Radius, great. So now we got some more problematic enemies in the form of the bats, but at the same time, I can basically hit the whole screen with that. Look at this. Just absurd, I know. You know? But it does not need to make sense. As my lightning radius goes up, well, the duration of the wave goes down. I don't care about reroll. Don't care about that. Oh, I should have picked lightning radius. I didn't see it over there. But that's fine. I am also making it more consistent, I think. And that's what matters. Right now, lightning radius isn't the most, like, #1 priority. Who am I kidding? Yes, it is. You know. Let's get that thing. It is somewhat important. My rolls are, honestly, awful. But we don't need that many rolls, do we? Anymore. We can just, yeah, do this kind of things. And enemies will be dead. We need more radius, though. We need all the radius. There we go. Tons of enemies impacted. We will probably not even get to the top 10, right? Not with this build. It is taking too long. Anyway, we don't care about distance there. We don't care that much about damage right now because, well, most enemies getting hit into our whatever this thing is, they are getting deceased. You know, they are dying, certainly, if they are hit by this thing. Therefore, because an enemy in the close proximity of getting hit by this thing is not getting hit by a single one. You know? They are getting hit by a lot of them because of their radiuses. Therefore, we don't really need to care all that much about damage because they're getting killed. You know, that is very much not a thing that I worry about. Enemies surviving all of that thing. But I will improve the damage just because it's green, you know. Let me murder those guys. Great, another level up. Great, another other thing. Another boost. More boosts are always welcome. And I love refreshes. They make my run a little bit faster. I'll get the armor just because it's green. I will not get the size, thank you. Yeah, we got enough enemies right here. We'll probably win this game. Like this whole, but we will not be getting into the leaderboard, right? Because my rolls were bad. Honestly, that's about it. If I got, I don't know, 3 lightning radius out of the start, I think the things would be a little bit different, you know? Therefore, I wouldn't need to pick directed lightning. And therefore, yeah. Lightning radius, though. Thankfully, we are very tanky. Therefore, the chances of us randomly dying are slim. Not impossible, though. But unlikely. Great, an extra boost. At least right now. Even though we don't have anything to deal with these chargers, I don't think there will be being that much of a threat at the same time, you know? We deal less damage to the chargers than they do to us, and we have a lot of armor. However, we don't need to deal a lot of damage to them. There we go, lightning radius. Lightning radius. Lightning radius is key to radius my lightning. Oh, this wave, the mob cap for this wave seems very low. I don't like that. I usually prefer waves with high mob cap and low mob count, so that I can murder the whole wave in a single spell. You know, it is not possible to do that this wave. Not with this spell. Perhaps with rain. You know. Perhaps with rain in some kind of... I forgot. Yeah, there we go. More lightning radius. The Colossus will be not that much of a threat, really. Oh, he's arrived 2 of them. Funny. Please give me Elementalist. And or, I don't know, Stunning Rose. Stunning Rose would be nice, but Elementalist is #1 priority. None of that. Nothing useful, really. This one is 3 KVs, this one is 2. This one is 2 KVs too. This one is 2 KVs. I'll get the Gaia Storm. Nothing... Count here is nice. It makes our thing last a little bit longer. Anyway. As you can probably see, our thing now lasts a very long time. That's actually very positive. Because right now, our thing, our attack, whatever you call this thing, lasts 3 whole seconds. You know? And 3 seconds of whatever this thing is, you know, is very good. Right? Have I removed the lightning knockback? I did. Honestly, yeah. It's not make that much of a difference. I'll get that just because it's purple. You know? And also, Gaia Storm there makes us basically immune to chargers. Because the chargers will be knocked back when they hit us. Which, well, basically disables them from hitting me multiple times. Which is something that I don't like, being hit multiple times by chargers. I get armor just because it's green. The game is very much focused on my survivability at this point. I am tempted to remove armor. Not gonna lie to you. Anyway, I don't care about this anymore. There we go. Our things are lasting ever longer. The thing about directed lightning is that since every lightning kinda hits the same locations, they do something which is waste a lot of damage. You know? They overkill regions. Which is bad for business. You know? It is bad for winning the game fast. You know? Which is something that we, despite what the worlds are trying to make seem, we are trying to. Oh, great. Green lightning radius. Very nice. Create more lightning radius. So lightning radius is priority. Right now we are clearing like half of the wave per time we press space. You know, which is nice. Hello, Slugger, from the video game. You can't do much if I do this, right? Yeah, as I expected. Oh, I love that. So what do we have here? Let's remove dash cooldown reduce, I mean. I could increase the count, which increases the duration of this quite a lot. This is by 1.2 seconds, and actually I will do that. Now our things last for 4 seconds, which is a good amount, you know. Our wave clearing technique. Sadly, it's lightning radius, there we go. So we are only interested in lightning radius and count. If any of those show up, we increase them. Preferring the one who, if none of those show up, we remove something. And once count is over 120, we are not interested in counting them anymore. Okay? Yeah, we need 120 count for this to be a permanent loop. At least I think it is 10 hits per second. I'll get this extra lives just because it's purple. And between radius and count, well, let's get radius. Both are good. And both have a somewhat... Both have some kind of limit of usefulness. You know, because the thing is, once we get enough radius, well, they will be covering the entire map. Sadly, that number is a little bit too high for us to reach. And also, I have a lot of dash. Why I'm not abusing that fact? You know, lightning radius, let's go. At this point, we are not risking not winning the game, right? More charges could be nice too, but I think I remove it? I don't know. Also, reducing that distance down to 0 would be fun. I don't think I will be doing that though. Let's start, I don't care about health. Perhaps I do care about lightning damage in the future. Not right now though. Let me get that level up. And let me do this. Great. I think count green count there is good. Almost 5 seconds off whatever this thing is. This very fair thing that is happening to all my enemies. You know. Yeah, 5.2 seconds of whatever this thing is. If we can reduce the cooldown of our space bar to 80, then a count of to 8, then a count of 80 would be enough. I don't know what the spitter is. Oh, there it is. There we go, they are dead. This is a little bit less KVs, so let's get that. Lightning radius is great. Count is great. There we go. The thing is, we don't care that much anymore about many things. And one of them is not only how much damage does this thing deal, because... And another thing is where the lightnings hit, you know? Because, well, you see, if they hit anywhere really. They hit everywhere. So by this point, our lightning, our directed lightning, is basically the original one. You know, what it was before the upgrade. It is a little bit worse still. I will actually reduce the distance just because it's purple. You know? I believe it is best in our best interest for them to hit closer to the end, to the center. They should have removed the no green things. There we go. So, extra lives. Don't care about it. We do care about lightning radius. I don't know that much about lightning damage, if we do care about it or not. And lightning radius is getting to that point where its usefulness is diminishing quite fast. At this point, I don't think we need Elementalist. I would love some kind of a stun on my hit. I got neither. You know, self-doubt, it seems. Let's doubt ourselves a little bit. I don't care that much about any of these. I would prefer counts. Yeah, there we go. 79 count. Let's get that thing just because it's the only purple available. And don't forget about that. The sapphires. We are going for a score after all. There we go. This thing is almost 100% uptime. It's 75, I think. We're getting there. Okay. I don't care about you. Mint pudding, great. It has a very high uptime, is what I meant. I don't care about armor, but at the same time... Oh, great. Let's make it bigger and bigger. 600 is a good number, right? Yeah, I think at 600 I can hit the whole screen. 600 and something. There we go, 600 and something. I think we got the whole screen. I'll still get it to 700, I suppose. Just to make sure. You know? But at the same time... Oh, purple armor. 100 count. That is nice. So, 2 seconds cooldown on this thing officially. A little bit less because charges and refreshes. You know. Let's increase the radius. Let's reduce the distance down to 0 if possible. So now most of my things are in the same place. You know. There we go. 0 distance. I can remove it. Now our lightning is not directed lightning all that much. It is basically a Tesla tower, I suppose. Our lightning hits the same position. Let's remove that. We don't need to change that anymore. You got to have some fun at least, right? So we basically plant a tower there that does this, whatever it is. Let me get that thing. Let me plant another tower here. There we go, the boss is dead. The tower's cooldown was a little bit lowered. I don't know really what should I get now. Perhaps lightning damage. The thing is, the boss will very much still be able to kill me. the last boss, because I have not that much damage, all things considered. Right? We have over 100% uptime on this thing, which hits the entire map constantly, which is very nice. Don't get me wrong. Another thing that I would mod into this game would be something that more pickups, like not only speed, but I don't know, armor and health regen pickups, you know, or damage pickups, or I don't know, just random pickups, which equates to random boosts, right? Yeah, let's get. The boss should be here. Oh no, next wave still. I thought it was this wave, but I was wrong. Let's do this. Thing about this wave is that it takes a long time for it to fully spawn. You know? Let's plant more towers or trees, whatever they are. Lightning trees. More counts. More damage. There we go. We got the final boss of the game, which will kill it by doing that. Oh god. I ran out. Anyway, we got to 8. Yeah, we got to 8. That's great, actually. I didn't think we will get to anything on the leaderboard, but we got to 8th place. Not bad. It's not the first place, but hey, it's something, right? And I hope that you guys have enjoyed that thing. It was a little bit of a slog in the beginning, but everything on art will always be, unless we got, I don't know, rain. And I hope to see you guys next time, actually.